Everybody, what is up? Movie club number 2. Okay, so today we're talking about Nightcrawler. I hope everyone watched it, and if you haven't watched it before, I'm sure you've seen it before, but that's what we're talking about today, Nightcrawler. This light is not working for me. I think I need to move it a little bit more. That might look a little better. Okay, so today we're going to talk about Nightcrawler. Now, while we're talking about Nightcrawler, let me know what you think, or let me know your thoughts of like just movies in general that's happened this week. I haven't been on live stream in a few weeks. Went on a bachelor party this last weekend. It was a lot of fun. But now we're back for movie club, and then we'll do another live stream on Saturday, just like usual. But let's go ahead and talk about Nightcrawler, y'all. So I'm a huge fan of Jake Gyllenhaal, right? Like that's like one of my favorite actors of all time. And this movie is kind of the movie that did it for me, where like that is what solidified him as one of my favorites. Like there's Prisoners, there's things like that. So I am always down to watch a movie with him in it. Now, having said that, there are a lot of movies of his that I've not seen before, so I still got to catch up on a lot of them. But that's like the first thing I want to say is just that Jake Gyllenhaal just always kills it. Like he is a fantastic actor. Um, yeah. So let's see. Let's see. First thing I want to talk about is how do you interpret Lou Bloom's moral compass or lack of his morals, right? Is he just strictly a villain? Because at the same time, it's like I, that's what I like about this. That's what I like about most about this movie is that it's not clearly just a straight on villain. He does a lot of bad stuff, and I think he ultimately is a villain. But I think there's a little bit more to him. You know what I mean? There's someone that just can't catch a break as far as getting a job, and he found something that works, and he just went all in on it. One thing I liked watch on this rewatch of this movie is the way that he just like how he speaks to people with such confidence. Like, have you seen that? And like, you hardly ever see that where he just walks into a room and he's just the smoothest talker ever. And the cool thing about it is that it sounds good when you're watching it, but it never works on the character that he's talking to, right? They can kind of, a lot of people can see through him. So that's the other thing I really liked about it. But as far as Lou being a hero, or not a hero, but like a straight up villain, or is he the hero of the movie? Like, that's kind of up for debate. At the end of the movie, he's a villain, but is he one throughout the entire thing? That's what we got to talk about. Let's see. And then when you watch this movie, do y'all ever think, hello, Ridity, Stormy, J-Lo the horse? Cool name. How's everyone doing today? My day was good. I had the day off. I looked for some jobs, trying to find a remote job right at the moment. Um, and then I played some Red Dead Redemption 2. I don't know if you ever played that. I'm super late to the party, but I just bought it recently, and that game is fire. Um, we're talking about Nightcrawler, the one with Jake Gyllenhaal. That's what we're talking about today. My New Year was good. My New Year was good. I didn't do much. Me and my wife, we went to our friend's house and played some games, had dinner over there, and just hung out. And it was nice. You know, no big parties or anything like that. I did that this past weekend at the bachelor party, but it was a good New Year's. How was your New Year's? How was everyone's New Year's? Yeah, check it out. I mean, it's got Gyllenhaal, one of my favorite movies of all time. But we chose it for this month's movie club, and it was cool to do like a really deep watch of it because there were things that I didn't remember that well. But dude, he acts his ass off in that one. I think it's great, and it's like creepy. It has this really creepy aesthetic to it. It's not a horror movie; it's a thriller for sure. But like, it's just about this guy, and he's in LA and he's trying to like capture stuff like car accidents and crimes and stuff on his camera to sell it to news stations so that they'll pay him and they get the footage. So pretty wild. It gets really dark, crazy dark, but check it out. Oh, nice. You got some presents for New Year's? That's sweet. What'd you get? Anything you want to that you're really excited for? I actually got this jacket for not this jacket, this hoodie for Christmas. Just realized I was like, what did I get for Christmas? This is one of the things I got. And since some of you haven't seen Nightcrawler, what's some of your favorite thrillers? Oh, nice. Is purple your favorite color? Is that like did that like tie it all together for you? You got a dead moth? Was it like I'm an idiot right now. What are those? Was it? I'm not petrified. That's not the right word. I don't think. But like when they're like displayed in a case, is that like what you got, or are you? Is that just like yeah? I don't know. That's cool though. Taxidermy. I didn't know if that was the right word for it concerning insects, but I guess that still wouldn't change anything. Okay. Honestly, purple is a cool color. Purple is a dope color. I was never high on purple, but like lately, depending on like the context and stuff, purple looks cool. I think it's because it's like I like neon green. I think that's like a really cool color. It's kind of like the green that's like in my logo. And like when I see purple and like that really bright, I feel like those are just really cool colors. As of lately, last couple of years, those have really grown on me. Blue is also a good color though. I don't even have the light going. Let me put the light on. There we go. I didn't really do anything. I'm slacking over here. Yeah, I got some green going. Yeah, horse riding. I think I did it once, and it's wild. It's wild. Did you grow up like riding horses? Has that always been a thing? Do you do anything with them, like as far as like jumping, like over things? Do you? I don't really know what goes into the horse riding. Like at when someone can do that, just like kind of at their leisure. Like what do you do with them? Nice. So you started at a really young age. That's cool. You know, you see horses, like people riding horses. I was gonna say in movies, but I feel like just in general, and it looks so easy. It looks so seamless, you know what I mean? It probably takes a while to get used to it, right? And I'm assuming that every horse is different, right? You got ones that have like big personalities or ones that just are a pain in the ass, I'm assuming, and just don't, do what you want them to do all the time. I tried riding at 8, and it wasn't for me because I hadn't always been. Okay. Yeah, like I feel like there's a lot you have to know to ride a horse. So probably pretty intimidating. I like I said, I was older when I rode my horse or the horse that I rode. So it wasn't anything crazy. We all we did was just a small little, walk. It wasn't anything crazy, but it was cool. You should try it sometime. Do a jump. But even those I feel like are probably pretty hard, right? They wanted to roll in the dirt. They just threw you right off, huh? Oh yeah, is that your horse? I ride two, a brown mare, J-Lo, and a brown and white pony, Zach. Zazu, okay. Dang, you got two of them. That's cool. Which one do you like to ride the most? Or which one's easier to ride? Like, whatever. Probably just depends on the day, right? Or, not or, but obviously I want to know the answer to that. But what's your favorite horse in a movie? To me, it's always Shadowfax from Lord of the Rings. Gandalf's. I got it. Yeah, see, so it depends on the day. Nice. That's cool though. I've never met like a, no, I met one person that's like an actual horse rider that I knew that wasn't, running the place that we went to go do the ride the horses. So that's cool. What kind of dogs do you have? I want to get a dog. Me and my wife have been talking about getting a dog forever, but she's allergic to them, so you have to get like a hypoallergenic one, and slim pickings with that. One is small black lab, and two are German shepherds that are twice as big as the small one. Usually, when I see labs, they're pretty big, but I mean, I guess not as big as German shepherds, but then you got the Great Dane here, and those are the biggest dogs I've ever seen. Napoleon, what's going on? So every Monday I do not every Monday, the first Monday of every month we do a movie club here, and this month's was Nightcrawler. It's with Jake Gyllenhaal. He records stuff in LA and he sells them to the TV stations, and it's really dark. It's a thriller. It's super cool. But right now we're talking about horses, so a little bit of everything. But yeah, like Nightcrawler was awesome. Napoleon, what do you think of it? I actually didn't know this about it. I was looking up some stuff before the stream, and it was made for 9 million, and it made over 50 million worldwide, which is crazy. I didn't go see it when it came out. I didn't know much about it. I saw it way later. Oh, that's cool. Since you help out there, do you get to ride them for free? That's cool. I bet you it's a lot of work, isn't it? To keep up with horses. I don't even know where to start with that, but yeah, like tons of hay and water, like you were saying. There's probably always something that needs to be done, right? All right, for 40 a month, it was 60, but I helped for 2 hours. Oh, okay, that's cool. Yeah, very expensive animals. I had a friend, the one that rode animals. They had to store their horse somewhere else. They couldn't like keep it at their house or anything like that. So there was like that fee on top of everything else. It's crazy. Crazy. Yeah, 40 a lesson, I believe it. Jake Gyllenhaal is one of your favorites of all time. Same here. That's what I was saying at the beginning of the stream. I think he's awesome. He has a lot of range. I agree. Like I was saying earlier on the stream, the way that he talks in that movie, like the confidence is insane, and I think it's so cool how he can like kind of talk his way out of like almost every situation in that movie, and man, he's fantastic, and he's just so calm and collected. So in that movie, so when he does freak out, like it means something, and you really do feel that. You feel all that tension. 50 horses, good lord, that's insane. That place must be huge. So apparently, for Nightcrawler, Napoleon, Jake Gyllenhaal memorized the entire film like a play in order to do it, right? So not just like scene by scene, but I guess he memorized the whole thing. Reportedly. Who knows if that's the thing. You live by a semi farm. Is it loud over there? I would assume with all the semi trucks. Jesus. That's insane. Yeah, that's a lot of work. But if you love to do it, it's probably worth it for you, right? That's what I would think. Yeah. Yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be cool to own a horse. I don't know, like you were saying, with all the work that it takes, I feel like in order to keep the horse, you'd have to like really love the animal, or like you got to have a lot of passion behind that in order to keep up with that. You know what I mean? That's yeah. End of watch Brokeback. I just saw Brokeback Mountain for the first time. I want to say, well, it's 26 now, so like a year ago, like sometime last year for the very first time. He's awesome. Yeah. So and then End of Watch was so brutal. I did not know. So I actually went with my wife and my mom. I didn't know it was gonna be as I don't know, just rated R as it was. And End of Watch was another thing. He was crazy. I was looking up. So yeah, I've seen those two, and they're both great. I think Nightcrawler is my favorite from him, but I was looking at his filmography, and oh, Prisoners. I thought he was great in that. I feel like he might be a little overshadowed by Hugh Jackman in that one, but I thought he was really good in that also. Oh yeah, like the more time that you're gonna be riding the horses, you're gonna get like even better. It's gonna be easier. I wonder if you could teach classes at some point. That'd be cool. Oh, I love zombie stuff. Love them. I just showed my wife for the first time this past October, Halloween. I showed her Train to Busan. That's like one of my favorite zombie movies. And very much looking forward to Resident Evil next. Well, I guess it'd be this September. The movie Resident Evil. The new game comes out next month. So I'm also looking forward to that too. Yeah, Resident Evil is insane. I was like, do I have anything Resident Evil related? Not in here. So I was in Japan earlier last year, and we went to like the Nintendo store area, and right across from there was a Capcom area, and I got a bunch of stuff because I'm like really big into Street Fighter and stuff like that, right? And there, like, check it out. I got like this thing. I don't know if you've ever played uh, Okami. I got that. I got like these are just stickers, but like I got Chun Li right here. But the Resident Evil stuff that they had at that shop, it was like nothing. There was nothing there. It was pretty whack, unfortunately. But the games are fantastic. I think I stopped watching The Walking Dead because my favorite character died. So instead, I read the comics. That's probably the way to go about it. I dipped out of The Walking Dead pretty early on. Season, I think I left during season 4 because I finished. I don't know. The Governor. The Governor was season 2 or 3. I think it was the whatever one that was. It was the season after that was my last season I watched. It just felt like it was too repetitive, and I just didn't care. And there were a lot of characters in the show that I didn't like. But having said that, I bet you the comics were really cool. I mean, I think so too. I don't know how the actual story plays out as far as the comics and all that, but you have to think that he had potential to grow into like the leader, or like they could have kept him around for so long since he was so young to start off with. But yeah, it was cool while it lasted. The guy who made that, um, he also did Invincible, I think, right? Invincible's a really good show too. Oh, so he lived in the book in the comics. Damn. How many? 11 seasons of The Walking Dead. That is crazy. And I dipped out at like 4. They have 4 spin-offs. That is gnarly. Well, I guess they got a fan base for it if they had that many spin-offs. That's gnarly. 100% meme. We're talking about it's a movie club about movies. Obviously, we're talking about Nightcrawler, the one with Jake Gyllenhaal. That's the topic of the show, but we're kind of just doing our own thing at this point. We're talking about zombies, Walking Dead right now. So just whatever. Thanks for joining. Interesting. Like it's so hard. I feel like to write a zombie franchise that's like that long because like where do you go with that stuff? Um, because unless they're working towards some goal, which they might have been in the show, I don't know. I feel like it's hard to find material for it without running stale. Oh yeah, a Carl cutout. Did he wear the hat the whole time? I remember he got his dad's hat, and that was the last thing I remembered. Which name? Who's Judy? I'm gonna look it up. Oh, that's his little sister? Okay. Because the mom gave birth and then died. That's right. R. Diddy. J-Lo the horse, thank you so much for stopping by. Hopefully you get to ride some horses soon. But thank you for stopping by. I'll talk to you later. I just can't prove it. No, it's not a green screen. No, it's just the light I have. I have a little light right here to light it up a little bit. That's it. Man, I'm not gonna say that. I'm the one running the thing. I'm not saying it. Yeah, but if I'm running it and it's different. Yeah, I won't. You're the number one. You are the number one crown. Look at that. Okay, so what should we talk about, y'all? So honestly, what was the best movie you saw last year? Since now we're in the new year. The first movie I'm gonna check out. I was gonna go see that new zombie movie. We were talking about zombies, yeah. The zombie movie, We Buried the Dead. It just came out with Daisy Ridley. Have you seen that or commercials for that? I didn't see any commercials for it, but I know it came out, and I was gonna go check it out today. And then I saw something on it on TikTok, and I looked at the comments just to kind of gauge, are people liking it? And doesn't it's kind of like in the middle, so I ended up not going to see it. And don't worry, you got the number one crown. Um, so really, I actually am putting out a recap for 28 days, weeks, and years later because the new one comes out next week. So I'm gonna have a recap on it coming out this week, actually, on Friday. So keep a lookout for that if you want to recap before you go see it. But if not, I'd highly recommend it. A lot of people didn't like the new 28 Years Later. I personally thought it was great. It kind of went in this weird, more deep, you know, area than I thought this was going to go. I thought it was just going to be a straight up zombie movie, but it gets pretty deep. I know people that that have lost like their mother and stuff. It's going to be really tough for them to watch that. It may resonate, might be a little hard, but I really like 28 Years Later, the new one. I think it's the what are those for anyway? It might be I was going to say interaction, but I don't know if that's let's see. So you get experience points in the chat, and that's how you get the crown. Yeah, through chat messages and super chats and stickers. So that's how you get it. Oh yeah, see, you already know. Um, it's a lot more brutal than the Resident Evil movies. Oh Shandine, thank you for subbing. Appreciate that. Um, so no, it's not like Resident Evil where it's like just straight up zombie carnage. It's just it's hard to explain without giving anything away. But if you watch 28 Years Later, it's gonna go in this weird direction that you weren't expecting. I like that, and then at the very end, it does a complete 180 into something you have no idea. It would never be on your bingo card. But check it out; it's really cool. Oh, you didn't like it? You don't like the ending? Yeah, I think when the new one gets released, what I thought was crazy is that they gave us that ending, which was batshit crazy. How are you not going to put a little like a teaser at the end of this movie to tease the next movie so that people know, oh, it's continuing, so we'll get more context on that? Because the movie was already shot. They shot both of these together, different directors, but they shot the whole thing together. That's why we're getting another one 6 months later. It's crazy. Alvin, you have no evidence of that. Oh yeah, Sixth Sense was great. The problem with that movie is that it's like the one of the best twists of all time, so everyone already knows what's coming. That's the problem with that. Of like, how are you gonna go into this movie and actually get the full story, like the full experience is what I'm trying to say. A Wrinkle in Time, I have not. So let me look that up. I've heard of it, and I think I know what that is. I have not seen. Oh, I remember when this came out. I've not seen it though. Yeah, I remember seeing the trailer for it. I'm like, oh, they have a lot of people in this. Freaking Oprah. I never saw it though. That's cool. Yeah, the Knives Out movies are. I love the Knives Out movies. Knives Out movies are great. The new one was really cool. I don't. I think if I was to rank them, I think two is the last place, but it's still really good. You know what I mean? Two is good. I think it's gonna be two, three, one is how I would rank them. That one's really good. Zombieland 2, nope. I've not. Which is I think it just came out a little bit too late because the first one, I love the first one. I feel like everyone loves the first one. The second one just came out too late to where I didn't care that much anymore, so I didn't make an effort to go see it. And I still haven't seen it. If it's streaming, maybe I'll check it out, but I forgot. Once again, it's too little, too late, so I kind of forgot about it. Let's see. Vivrine. Let me look that movie up. I've seen. Oh, I heard about this one too. Is it a horror movie? I remember seeing this. Maybe it was on like TikTok. Maybe someone was like not promoting it, but like talking about it. Mysterious humanoid creature while trapped in a strange vivarium-like neighborhood. That sounds pretty cool. I'm gonna leave that up. Maybe I'll check that out or try to find it on streaming or something. Yeah, don't drink from a coin fountain. That's a bad idea. Bad idea. What's the joke? That's a very bad idea. Okay, I'm interested. Very interested. Yeah, Ridity, I'll check it out because, like I said, like I saw it earlier. I don't remember when, but the fact that you brought it up and I recognized the poster and everything, I'll check it out. I'm not gonna say happy birthday to that. The first stream I ever did, sometime last year, someone got me with this on the very first time. Never again. Never again. I've actually never seen The Sopranos. I tried to watch it and I couldn't get into it. I tried, and maybe I just needed to push through a few more episodes. But I don't know. I just felt like there was more stuff I wanted to watch. You'll get him though. You'll get him. Coast K. You'll get him. What are y'all looking forward to, movie wise, coming out, or show wise? I started watching more shows lately. Um, I always felt like they were a little bit too intimidating as far as like starting a show that had season after season. Actually, you know what? Damn, I haven't watched Family Guy in years. I haven't watched that in so long. Yeah, the new Mario movie looks sick. I love the first one. Shandine, you like FNAF too? I could not get into it. Did you play the games though? Did you play the games? Because from what I'm hearing, it's like made strictly for the fans. There's so many references and things that you can recognize. So I feel like if I played the games and I knew more of the lore, I'd probably really dig it. Yeah, see, and I wish I did like it. Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of 'cause my whole thing about it is they can get pretty gnarly with that concept, but it's always going to be PG-13 for the kids. But it's fine. It is what it is. I guess that's why we have like Chucky and Megan and other stuff. But I feel like, man, I wish that they had like a director's cut for these movies because I feel like that would make it a little bit better for me. Because if they're going to do all these references and make it really catered to people that played the games, which is fine, that's completely fine. Me going in just to watch a movie, I need something a little bit more. So I wish it was more gory. I'm gonna go burger, burger for real. Um, my favorite game right now. Um, I don't know if I have one. I just started playing Red Dead Redemption 2 today. I've had that. I mean, I just bought it recently, but I've been wanting to play that forever. So I just started that. So maybe that'll be end up being the thing I play. I don't play too much, but that's probably gonna be the game I'm playing for a long time. J Lo, you're back. You know the Chucky show. I like the Chucky show. Um, I do think that they go a little bit too in a lot of different ways and a lot of different things that they do. I think they kind of lose track of where they're going. You know what I mean? Like if the show is like I was easily distracted with different subplots, but I like the show overall. I as long as what I liked most about it is that Chucky was the main character, right? So we got to see and hear everything that he said and like just that personality of Chucky. Love it. So that's what I like most about the show. Nick, I mean, I don't know. That's it's signed. It's from McNabb. I don't know how much it cost. It was a gift. Shanine, I didn't get the joke. You went you there was something else. I worked at Chipotle in Mexico. I'm just slow. I'm just slow. I'm tired. Yeah, Red Dead I heard was great. I keep seeing that like it's the best. Red Dead 2 specifically. I played the first one, love the first one, but apparently the second one's like the best, considered one of the best games of all time, if not the best game of all time. So it's got a lot to live up to. And I know at the rate that I play, I'm gonna be playing this game for like the next 6 years or something. It's gonna be like the PS7 by the time I finish. Okay, favorite show at the moment. Uh, what was it? I just watched this show. I don't know if it's my favorite, but I just want to give a shout out to the show on Apple TV called Your Friends and Neighbors as John Hamm. You know the meme that you keep seeing of John Hamm dancing in the club? That's where it's from. And I watched that and it's that was really cool. I really like that one. It's about this guy who, top 1% making all this money. Um, he gets a divorce from his wife and everything, and he's still like living it up, but then he loses his job. So he has to steal from his neighbors who are crazy rich and they have these mansions and stuff. It's really cool. I like that one a lot. Money? What about money? Yeah, go for it. JLo, so like I said, this is supposed to be a movie club. I just started doing this, so I didn't really expect anyone to be here. But every Monday, the first Monday of the month, I come here and do this. But then every Saturday morning, um, I do a live stream. I missed this last one because I was out of town, but typically that's when I do the live streams. I mean, hopefully you can play Red Dead because it's really cool so far. Oh, you're good. You're good. I was just talking about a show about money, about stealing stuff and making money. But yeah, I think that's my favorite show. Um, a show. Oh, I was gonna say this earlier. I got distracted. A show that I watched, and let me know if y'all seen this. Is Pluribus, the new one from the guy who made Breaking Bad, Vince Gilligan. Everyone was talking about it. Everyone was raving about the show. I watched it. I got like 6 episodes in, and I could not stand this show. Let me know if you've seen it, cause I. Mm-mm. Caden, what's up? Thanks for joining. A Soul on Fire? I don't know. I've never seen it. Yes or no? If I don't have any context to it, I have to say no, right? Right? I'll put it. You're just the S. I'll put an S and like a little crown right there for you. I've not seen The Wire. That is a classic show though, and I do need to get on that. Um, Damn, they got a lot of people in this. They got Lance Reddick in this. What the hell? Idris Elba and a little Michael B. Jordan. No, I've heard great things about this show. It's only 5 seasons though. I do like that. I do like that. Yeah, I forgot about The Wire. So I just got to take a few shots and then watch it. Okay, okay. And then JLo, let me look up Soul on Fire. What is this? Um. Oh, I saw the trailer for this. Yeah, never went to go see it though. Look cool though. Like it looked. I mean, true stories are pretty cool. Ooh, Creed. I like Creed. Shendine, thank you so much for joining. And thanks for talking. Number one crown. Remember that. Um, Creed. I like Creed. I like Creed a lot. I think the first one's the best one. I think the second one might be the weakest. Third one was really cool though. The third one came out when I first started the channel, so that's like one of my first reviews I did. Don't go watch it. It's bad. But that was a cool movie. I liked. Actually, I don't know if I liked the final fight. How it went a little Dragon Ball Z kind of. It just felt a little out of place. Looked cool, just felt a little out of place. That was the only issue. Oh yeah, they have a third one. Um, Jonathan Majors is in it. He's like the big villain. I liked I liked that the villain grew up with Adonis, and then they had to have their little falling out. It's a cool little shakeup of it. But there's no Sylvester Stallone in there, so just so you know that going in, if that's if that's going to be a problem, it's just not in there. Um, who dat? The hell is Toby Chip? Oh, I'm not looking this up. I've never heard this guy though. Fallout's cool. Yeah. I thought it was okay. I pushed through it. I just didn't. I didn't love it. But now that season two's out, maybe I'll check out season two and I'll like that a little bit better. Since it's based on New Vegas, which I haven't played the games either, but I hear they're great. And honestly, the whole concept of Fallout and the setting and the time period and all that stuff is like perfection. Like that should be made for me. And I just don't know why I couldn't get into it. But I will try it again because that is something I do want to watch. Like and like really continue on with season two. Let's see what other movies are coming out. Scream 7? Anyone hyped for Scream 7? I'm looking at my list of things I'm going to recap, you know, in the first half of the year. Let's see what else. The Boys, Mortal Kombat, Mandalorian and Grogu. Any Star Wars fans out there? How do y'all feel about that? Are you hyped for it? I feel like no one's really that hyped for it. So let me know what you think. Alexis Hernandez, hello. Pimo with some movies, gang. Oh, I have a sister that is 12 years younger than me. Is peak because I get to watch childhood movies with her and force her to be. I mean, that's cool. You get to live out all that nostalgia. That's how you do it. Let's see. Oh, also, what about Mortal Kombat? Because I feel like that first movie was not like loved. I feel like a lot of people had issues with that. I thought it was fine. I think the second one will be fine. But I'm looking forward to Street Fighter. Street Fighter looks awesome. Looks so stupid and goofy, and I need more of that in my life. Big time. But I'm a big Street Fighter guy, so maybe that's why. Harutan64, what's up? What's a movie? Okay, so here's my problem with nostalgia. It's not a problem because I love going back and watching these things. Like I grew up watching like Good Burger and all that stuff, and watching Good Burger now is just as funny as it was back then. But not all the time, right? Well, like what's a movie that you go and watch for the nostalgia and it just doesn't quite hit the same? I feel like it's a lot less than they would. You know what I'm saying? Like if you go back and watch like The Water Boy or anything like the old Adam Sandler movies, there's nostalgia there, but it's good nostalgia. So I'd have to think about that honestly. Oh, thank you. Grew up myself. What? One. What does that mean? Pars Henrihim. Ooh, okay, okay. Um, yeah, the Cars franchise started when I was kind of like getting out of like cartoons and stuff. I think it was I in high school? Yeah, I think it was like close to high school or like whatever around that age. I had a nephew who was probably like 2 or 3. Cars on repeat all day. The first one, midway through, he restarted, and it got crazy. It got absolutely crazy. But I like the third Cars. Third Cars was good. I don't know if that's a hot take or not, but I like the third one. Um, I mean, it's true. I did. So definitely start saying that. Ooh, How to Train Your Dragon. I can't watch it anymore without like knowing the whole plot because I don't stop watching the movie until I can give a whole summary about it. Would you? So since you brought that up, what'd you think of the live action? I like the live action, and I feel like this came out around the time that Cars came out, right? The original animated one, and so I missed it. So I was very late to the party. I don't hold any nostalgia with it. I watched the live action one, and I really dug it. The It movies are fire. The only issue I have with the It movies and Welcome to Derry, and yeah, I think it's the only issue I have with them, is how Andy Muschietti goes really hard with the CGI. You know what I mean? Bill Skarsgård looks awesome in the suit, just plain doing his thing, and some of the CGI works with like some of the teeth and stuff that he does. But when there's so much of it and it's so noticeable, it does kind of take me out of it. So that's my only issue with them. But overall, I think they're fantastic. Howardton, you have a great day. Thank you for stopping by. And thank you for the compliment. Yeah, it just came out this past summer. It just came out like 6 months ago. It should be on Peacock. If you have Peacock, it should be on there. I mean, that's the thing with the live action stuff. Like, they're gonna change some stuff, and it's gonna rub people the wrong way, even if it's minor stuff. But that's the issue when it's not an original thing. Like I said earlier, I'm a Street Fighter guy. Love the series. Played it since I was a kid. If the movie does something really weird and just doesn't feel necessary, that's gonna bug me because I already know what it's based on. You know what I mean? So that's the issue with that. Oh, it's on Prime too. Okay. I've noticed. since I have the movie channel, I'll be tracking what movies go where, all this stuff, and they go to their like Universal made How to Train Your Dragon, so it went to Peacock, and that was probably for like 3 or 4 months. So now that it's on Prime, that kind of makes sense that they would ship it out there and then bring it back a little bit later. But yeah, I liked the new one a lot. Now the cool thing is that's the only one that I've seen, right? Back when I went to go watch the animated ones, I've only seen the first one. So the second and the third, I've never seen. So I have nothing to go off of. And I'm kind of hesitant if I should go watch the animated ones before the new ones get released, which it'll be years, so I could totally do that. Or do I wait? I'll probably just watch them. I'll probably just end up watching them, so I have something to compare it to. They had a live action Shrek movie at the local high school. That'd be gnarly. Shrek's awesome, by the way. Big shout out to Shrek. One of the best animated movies of all time. Have you seen the Puss in Boots movie, the Last Wish? That's a good one. If y'all haven't seen that, big shout out to Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. Probably as a movie, as an actual movie, as far as the themes and the story and just everything that goes along with it, that might be the best movie in the Shrek like franchise. I think it might be. Last time I did a play, we had to write it on our own 3 to 4 months, and I was a maid named Sam with two twin brothers named Carl and Carl. That's cool. Carl and Carl. That's creative, honestly. That's cool. Farts cutely. Well, on that note, I'm going to be heading out here in a few minutes, y'all. Got work in the morning, but before I leave, just thank you so much for stopping by and engaging. It's always fun to get on these things with everybody. Mohammed Star, what's going on? Yeah, check it out. I recommend that movie all the time. It's one of the best ones that I've ever seen, straight up. Goldie, is this pre-recorded? I wish. That'd be a little weird if I knew what everyone was gonna say, but no, this is happening right now. Yeah, thank you all. Y'all have a great night too. Live stream on Saturday. Live stream on Saturday. Keep a lookout for that, and I'm also going to be releasing two recaps this week for a movie and a show coming out. You'll see shortly what it is. And then I'm going to try and go see Primate this week, probably Friday. And I'll try to do a review on it. It might end up having to be on the live stream that we do. But we'll see. We'll see. But hopefully you can tune in on the live stream. Saturday morning, let's see. What would that be? 9. I'll post something about it so y'all can see the time. But thank you for stopping by. See, I can't even talk right now. I gotta go to bed. Have a great night, everyone. Peace.